Sometimes your teacher might ask you to write about a rainy day. All of us have experience of the rain. When the rain doesn't turn up and when the rain comes, how happy we are. We always must remember rain is always a welcome, for we need water. The main source of water for us is rain. So rain is always welcome because rain cools the place, rain makes us happy, we get water, both groundwater and drinking water. So when the teacher says write about the rain, a rainy day, you must think back. Just close your eyes and say, yes, rainy day. What am I going to write? Before the rain comes, what happens? On a hot day, it becomes very sultry. Okay? Then there will be no breeze. Then everything will be still. Then suddenly you will see some grey clouds gathering, and then the whole place gets dark. Then there is a strong wind, and down there is a lightning and the rain comes. So all this experience you should know to narrate, you should know to write it down. The experience you had, what you saw, what you experienced, and you put it down in a paper, and that is what we are going to do today. Then what are we writing about? A rainy day. The composition on a rainy day. So what is the first thing we will write? The rain is always a welcome, for we need water. That is the main thing. So what is the main thing you are going to write? A rainy day. The rain is always a welcome. Rain is always welcome, for we need water. For we need water. So that is the first thing we will write. Huh? The rain is always a welcome because we need, that is the main source. Then what else you will write? You are going to write the actual, your experience. You can say, it was a hot and sultry day. So you will begin with, it was a hot. Only after the heat, suddenly the rain comes. It was a hot and sultry. Sultry means you feel so uncomfortable, sweaty, neither, and you feel so terrible feeling before the rain, before the clouds gather. So it was a hot and sultry. It was a hot and sultry day. Then what else you will write? Then you will say, there was no breeze, everything was motionless. Okay? Everything was still. There, you can say, there was no breeze. Breeze, and everything was still. And everything was still. Motionless, no, nothing is moving, quiet. So on a hot day, sultry day, and no breeze, and everything is very still. Then you can say, soon the clouds, black clouds began to gather. Soon some black clouds began to gather. So some black clouds began to gather. It grew dark and the sun went behind the clouds. Then you can say it grew dark and the sun went behind the clouds. Okay. So the rain is always a welcome, for we need water. It was a hot and sultry day. There was no breeze and everything was still. Soon some black clouds began to gather. It grew dark and the sun went behind the cloud. Now what's happening? Strong winds blew with thunder and lightning. Strong wind. Strong winds blew with thunder and lightning. With thunder and lightning. Then what happens after that? Then came the rain. Then came the rain. Then came the rain. Filling up our streets. And when you see the rain, what will children? Now the children are happy. Now the children are happy, looking at the rain, looking and enjoying. Children are happy, looking and enjoying the rain. When you say enjoying the rain, what do? Some children like to play in the puddle with the umbrellas. Good. Some children like to play. Some children like to play in the puddle. In the puddles with their umbrellas. Then what else can you say? You're talking about the rain, your experience of rain. Supposing it's a school day, what do? You take your umbrellas to school, then what happened? You get wet in the rain, your shoes, your clothes, and there you are very happy there. So, now let's see. A rainy day. The rain is always a welcome, for we need water. Then you say, it was a hot and sultry day. There was no breeze and everything was still. Soon some black clouds began to gather. It grew dark and the sun went behind the clouds. Strong winds blew with thunder and lightning. Then came the rain, filling up our streets. Now the children are happy, looking and enjoying the rain. Some children like to play in the puddles with their umbrellas. They splash. What do you do when you play in the puddle? They splash water on each other. They splash water on each other. Some children Some children float, some children love to float. Paper boats in the water. You can go on elaborating, and sometimes when you get wet, your parents are not happy because you may get sick. You can go on to say, if it's a school day, how you get wet, how you wade through the water, come home wet. You can write all kinds of experience. Here we are writing a short composition on rainy day. Like after the rain, what you do, how you love to play in the puddle, what kind of game, splashing the puddle water with the umbrella, making paper boats and making it float and watching the boat move along. Okay, now let's look at it once again. A rainy day. The rain is always a welcome, for we need water. It was, so you're thinking of your experience. It was a hot and sultry day. There was no breeze and everything was still. Soon some black clouds began to gather. It grew dark and the sun went behind the clouds. Strong winds blew with thunder and lightning. Then came the rain, filling up our streets. Now the children are happy, looking and enjoying the rain. Some children like to play in the puddles with their umbrellas. They splash water on each other. Some children love to float paper boats in the water and they like to watch it pass by. So you can write like this, what is the experience, how much you love, why you love, we can write.